Good morning. It's Thursday morning, April the 27th. Thought we'd give a little garden update this morning. I hadn't done one in a long time. It's been too dang busy to do any filming. But as you're going to see, we have a garden full of weeds. It's been very dry this spring. We've had a little over an inch and 4/10 of rain since we started planting in February. So we've done quite a bit of irrigating, but here we go. We've got some onions we just put in a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Broccoli, we've harvested 3 times now. They keep putting little heads on and we keep eating them. They've been good. Candy onions. These were ones we planted in February back when we planted potatoes, and it won't be long now on those. I pulled one up and tasted it a few days ago. They are very, very sweet. We just got to pull the dirt back from them. You see the row of those onions goes all the way down. And then our potatoes that we had such high hope for. The freeze came in February, and actually 1st of March, and they were up a few inches to a foot and really hurt them. You can see how gapped up they are. There's just not a lot of potato plants made it. We were worried about that, and there's a huge gap right there, but we'll take what we can get. Probably another few weeks away maybe from digging those, maybe 3 weeks. They've been flowering a good bit. See, there's a little bloom there, and they're making potatoes when they're putting flowers on. And we see the weed issues we're having, and it's more than one guy can take care of trying to hoe them up. Got 2 rows of tomatoes here. See, some of these we started Florida weave on, and we fought with tomatoes a good bit. See, these are some Better Boys. We've got Better Boy, Big Beef, Rutgers, and one other commercial variety. I forget Mountain Spring. So they're looking okay. We're really pouring the water to them. Hadn't done any top dress fertilizing other than we've come in with some Epsom salt yesterday, and you can see the remnants of some of that right there. Tried to work it into the soil where we could. Didn't get it in everywhere. But we've got a lot of blooms, healthy looking plants for the most part. So maybe we'll make a tomato or two. I hope so. We may not. See these down through here. Ran out of stakes and ran out of cages, so we're still working on that. See the cages made out of concrete reinforcing wire. These are good solid cages. They should last me the rest of my gardening life. But there's 117 tomato plants total. I counted them yesterday. Just try to figure out where I was. We'll come back and fertilize with some low nitrogen fertilizer next time. We're pretty sure we're going to get a rain. All of the irrigation we've been putting on them has been through the T-tape underground. Over here, we don't have anything. We're going to transplant peppers. We've got peppers at the shop that we've grown from seed and should have been in the ground already, but just hadn't had a chance. Got a squash. We've harvested squash off this road twice. I'm probably going to need to do it again today. But you can see we are loaded up with squash. Quite a few blooms, quite a few. It's a mixture of yellow crookneck and straight neck prolific. The crookneck to me has a little better flavor. The straight neck certainly makes more squash, it seems like. He grows a little higher up in the bush. See, there's one there. They are loaded with squash. We should be able to start putting squash up this week. May have to pick those this morning. Didn't realize they were quite that mature. So you've got a little bee doing some pollinating. We appreciate you, bee. But they go all the way down there into this row. I put out from transplants. We grew them from seed. Transplanted these in early. This row I planted to seed directly in the soil, and so it's a little bit behind the first row, which is fine. That's what we want. A little sad row of cabbage. I sprayed yesterday with some liquid 7, but the cabbage worms have really enjoyed this row. And that's okay. I guess they got to eat too. Tried to knock them back, and maybe if the weather will stay a little bit mild, we'll get a few heads out, but it's kind of doubtful. It's been hot and dry. Over here we've got 2 rows of okra. Just planted those yesterday. Got a few more straggly onions over here. But this is a row right here. I just ran the disc through and had the gang set pretty aggressive, so it healed up in the middle just a little bit. I tore up my bedders, so I've got to figure out something different to do there. Corn we were so worried about. This is Silver King. It was affected by the freeze, obviously, but more so by the drought, I'm sure, than anything. But we've got a little stand of corn. We broadcast 3400 on Friday of last week. This is Thursday, so it hadn't been on quite a week, and we got an inch of rain on Sunday. So this should really start kicking. We're gonna have to clean out in between in the row itself a little bit. The centers we've cultivated 3 or 4 times. I think we need to get one more cultivation in here with the big tractor so it won't break the stalks. See how it does. Here's a pigweed. For you guys that have heard about it, read about it, that has put some farms out of business right there. And thanks to our farmers that farmed this last year, there wasn't a bit of pigweed in here, and they drug it in. They grew a fine crop of pigweed in here. I suspect we'll spend the next decade trying to eradicate it. That's the reason they're not farming this year. Up here, you can tell we're moving a little bit uphill. We'll get on top, and this is a little bit of a terrace. We had some planter problems in this area, and but I really think that this froze during the March freeze, and that's why it's so bare up here. I started just to plow this under, but we went ahead and left it. You can see the deer coming through here religiously. I wish they ate pigweed. Right here we've got just a little blank spot we hadn't done anything with. Don't know if we will. This is Silver Queen, and incredible corn. And it is drought stress now. Look at those leaves. I don't know that we'll make anything out of this. We're due another rain today and another rain on Sunday. I think if we get some moisture out of both of those, come back in here and cultivate, that some of this will survive. But boy, I'm gonna tell you, the lack of rainfall has been rough. None from the corn up is irrigated. I've got a sprinkler over there that's on a hose that I can put a little water out, but you know, just don't get much from it. Starting right here, got top pick pink eye purple hull peas. Got a good stand of those. We fertilized in row when we planted, have not fertilized since. So we're going, if this moisture gets in today, we'll come back when it's dry enough, cultivate and broadcast some balanced fertilizer, probably some triple 13 or something, and these things will really jump. Starting here, we have some white zipper peas. Cream 40s is what I've always called them. We've got 6 or 8 rows of those, and those didn't do as well as the purple hull. There again, I think the drought has just knocked them back. That's okay. And then these last 4 rows are strike variety snap beans. If you remember, I had 4 rows down there that just did not make it. The freeze stunning them back so bad that we just gave up on them and came up here and planted 4 more. And now if we don't get a little water, we may have to give up on those too. Nothing here, just broke it up, trying to bury a few weeds. We transplanted some watermelons last Saturday, or I transplanted some. Right here, a friend of mine gave me some plants. Some of them are buried, but got 3 or 4 per hill. Still got a little moisture down there. Need to get some water on these. But we've got a solid row of them going right here. We didn't plant the cantaloupe. I never got around to that. That's just not going to happen. And I came back with the disc yesterday just to give these vines somewhere to run that's clean. We'll try to keep it clean as long as we can. So the disc is cutting deep on the sides. And this is a different variety of watermelons. The one is a seedless variety. I'm not sure. Both of them are commercial transplants. I'm not sure what they are, but anyway, we're going to plant sunflower here and right up there next to the pines that we planted this winter. So we'll have this patch of sunflower, and then we're going to put 10 acres of sunflower back there. Tail back across the pond where the old ford is. We'll have 10 acres of sunflowers back there. Maybe we'll raise some and have us a good dove shoot. Our neighbor's cut his first round of hay over here, and he fertilized heavy. I think he said he put triple 17 out, but it was pretty. For a first cutting, it was very pretty, I thought. There's a little update on the garden. It's about time to go to work. I'll be back this afternoon hoeing weeds somewhere, trying to kill pigweed. If anybody tells you pigweed's not a problem, they don't know what they're talking about. It is a mess. And some of the guys that aren't using great farm practices, not cleaning their equipment between fields, or not applying the correct amount of chemicals, are destroying people's property. I mean literally destroying. The pigweed, I've read that each mature weed can have over 1 million seeds. And think about that. There's actually some glyphosate resistant pigweed out there. So it could conceivably get in your property, and there's just not a whole lot you can do about getting it out. I know a lot of the universities are working on research on some stuff that works in cotton, some in soybeans, but I read about people losing entire crops because of this. Look at that. Look at all the seeds on that seed head, and they come out of the ground with a seed head. So it's definitely hard to control. If you've got a farmer on your property who's not taking care of this, you need to get them off quick. Take my word. All right. Thanks for touring with me today. We'll put something up later. Thank you.